This is the Nifty Alpha, live from Miami hotel rooms, it seems. This is the Market and Trade Talk live stream YouTube show that happens 7 days a week. We cover the market activity of the NFT space. If you enjoy this content, make sure that you smash that subscribe button. We provide daily NFT content. And of course, join our Discord to keep the degening going 24/7. In today's episode, we're going to be covering Adidas Apes, Ape Kids Club, and Wavelengths NFT. How's it going, gentlemen?
It's going well. In terms of Adidas Apes, just to be clear, that's not a new NFT.
Yeah, it is.
It's a new NFT, Nick.
Who are you to get to decide what's an NFT?
Fair enough. I mean, this is an NFT. They aped in to Bored Ape Yacht Club and are assuming a Bored Ape as their metaverse identity, which is
good idea.
Pretty big. Good idea. Okay.
All I know is Nick tries to scare me out of bags sometimes. Ethereum's at 4,000. He's like, I think the world's ending. I buy an ape. He's like, I'm pretty sure these are going to go down at 15K. Be ready, Nick. I see floor go up. I see floor go up. Floor no go down.
The floor has gone up. We've been hovering at around 50 is where it's been sticking. And, there's a limited number of apes remaining. I think, if all of us join in together and say we're not
selling because we know the cultural reference,
the relevance, cultural relevance.
Yeah, I'm referencing the cultural relevance. That's obviously a part of this.
A major component of this is the cultural relevance. Yeah, I completely agree.
I agree. I totally agree.
That it has not just within the NFT community, but the worldwide community as a whole.
That's that there's kids in Bangladesh don't even have an internet connection, but they know about Bored Apes. I can pretty much guarantee that.
Wow, someone just sold their ape for 40 ETH to an offer. That was really dumb.
My granddad told me before he passed away that you can't fix stupid, and that always just resonates with me. Here's let me tell you a hot take. I think that a very high percentage of people on OpenSea don't even know how to check a floor price. I swear. And so they get a good offer and they think that's like the asking price. They think that's like the price.
My buddy does that. He texts me and he's like, here's what the prices are that I'm getting.
Literally, yeah. I had a guy message me. He's like, dude, I got a 2.5 ETH offer on my sand land. I'm really thinking about selling this. And I'm like, that's great, but you know the floor is 3.5, so you get yourself a whole extra ETH if you list this thing instead of just dumping to an offer. But I mean, that just shows how early we are and how much arbitrage opportunities there is out there.
So have you what was I going to say? Or PO, do you want to pull up the Adidas the actual video that they posted there? We don't need to roll with the audio, but basically they didn't even specify what it was when they were on stage. But essentially what this is indicating was what they had said earlier in the week, that they're entering the metaverse. They kind of gave that away, I think, for the most part. And then secondarily, what was shown was that Adidas was represented as a blue ape, basically, and that's it. Like that's the whole thing. What their next plans are were left without an announcement, and so that's kind of where things were at. But
yeah, can we see that video one more time?
It's looping, so it's on a loop. It's pretty short.
Because right there. So there's a mountain range, bed of water.
Yeah, what you're trying to figure out where that's located?
Well, yeah, if you see when they're teleporting down, they're definitely coming over mainland China. And based on that topography, I'd say that we're northwest of Wuhan.
Okay.
Or maybe west of Wuhan. So that could play into it. But look. Yep.
Do you think but this looks like a COVID-free region is what I'm saying. Like that looks pretty isolated.
That's definitely China. So there's something going on there.
Okay. Yeah,
watch,
I mean,
watch.
That was some.
Watch, you see? That's China.
That was some good analysis. It looks snowy right there in that screenshot.
There's snow in China. It's a very diverse geography. geographial area.
Mhm. Okay. Well,
Just
yeah,
throwing it
so
out there. Sometimes there's little things hidden in videos, you know?
hidden gems there.
I-
Do you know
Yeah.
what part of China that mountain range is? I'm just wondering.
I think it's northwest of Wuhan. You don't see the
It's-
Yangtze River, which means that we're definitely not in eastern China.
Okay. Well, that's great. I mean, I appreciate the topographical analysis that
That's
you
why you have me on
delivered
the
to
show.
us. And one of my favorite topographers is Captain Kick. So thanks for that. How has this influenced your sandbox investment and trading strategy here after seeing this?
Nothing. It hasn't changed it at all. Sandbox land's actually interesting right now. We had a little bit of capitulation come after the alpha. A lot of people dumped low, hit a low. Actually, land got down to about 2 ETH. It's since then rebounded to like 2.5, 2.6. I'm leaning towards Sandbox land probably going through a consolidation period for some period of time. So I'd say that we probably range around in this floor level. Definitely more excited about the Bored Ape Yacht Club integration here, just because I think that there's
So
more.
bullish.
There's more synergies there with like clothing, and Bored Ape Yacht Club is its own
Dude,
Web3
imagine
version of a brand.
the head as the logo. I like doing this with my own stickers, which I will pull out. I like using just the head by itself. A lot of people like the body, but I think that the head by
That's
The
itself
head's pretty good.
is like super clean, and you can imagine that on
Oh, yeah.
on a shirt, even a condensed version of it. So I think they could do some really cool clothes, because the way that the body is, it's like this weird cutoff that ends up happening with the apes, where there's just that line on the bottom. But this is a logo in full, basically.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
this,
That's clean as hell.
and so
What
uh,
is the G on the shirt? I see
G Money.
punks.
G Money.
G Money managed to pull off a partnership here. What he's building is the G Money metaverse, the G metaverse, by a genius.
Is that separate than the metaverse of building with Planet DAO?
Yeah, because this one is separate. Punk's Comic is the other partner in this. We should discuss that for 1 second as well, in terms of maybe a little bit of speculation real quick as to what we think is actually going to go down there, like what that partnership really looks like, because I want an Ape Adidas swag merch. I would love to have that separately. It's not clear to me, what do you do with so I guess what they did was they've like sort of what you see there is the Punks logo using this Punks Comic Punks. It's crazy that they basically have like taken the name Punks from Crypto Punks,
Yeah.
and now are just running with it. They're just like branding it, and without any conflict.
And I thought the
at
floor
moment.
here almost went up to 7, so it must have came back down a little bit.
That's the Punks. That's not the Punks Comic itself.
That's for the founders.
This is just the
DAO.
founders
Okay.
DAO, so it's
So
misleading.
the Punks Comic is up to 70th, I think, off of the news, right?
You can scroll down and find out. PO. There you go. 24. What
No way.
is that for
Man.
real?
Holy shit.
Well, that
No,
one
wait
says
a
special edition, but maybe it also isn't.
7.5. Sold for 7.5
Yeah.
15 minutes ago.
Another one for
Yeah.
6.98. So yeah, 70th.
But
So-
wait a minute. Oh, it's the special edition. I think that's weird. All right, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So in terms of if you just scroll down, you'll see it. So I think that I don't have a play in Punk's Comic out of the DAO, and so that's really my only exposure at this point with the Planet DAO. I'm still holding, but like really the heavy investment is here. And what they said was they got the Bored Ape comic coming out next week. And
Next
so
week?
and so what I would anticipate is that
There's gonna be synergy there.
is that I could see the Adidas ape inside of there. Could you even imagine like a full page spread ad inside of the comic, or something in there that or not an ad, whatever it is that makes it feel like old school comic books, basically. And so I'm not sure what it means. I mean, it's definitely bullish for the fact that, like, at least they have this partnership. one thing that I will say, and this is what a lot of crypto tokens do, is partnerships are a key component of all announcements, basically, in the crypto space. Doesn't matter when you launch anything else. Like, they did a promo video here, and they bought a Bored Ape. They bought the Bored Ape before. It's been around for a while. And so it's not clear, like, what the roadmap looks like. But just announcing things is a great way to drive for floor value, basically, and drive market action. And that's all the in between when you actually deliver something. And in between those gaps, you basically just announce partnerships. Like, that to me is like the standard playbook of the crypto space.
Very much so. I agree with that.
Do we know what will be required to get access to the mint of the Apes comic?
Sorry, say that. What the cost of mint? Well, I think basically,
how do you get the? Do you need a comic to be able to get an Ape comic?
There was, one Punk comic guaranteed you an Ape comic, I believe, and then there's some other item. I don't remember. I don't remember all the details. They had made some statements before about it, but I do not remember.
Okay, that's interesting. So the thing is with the Punks comic, you had the option to burn it or to keep it, and I guess now that the dust is settled and we see that the floor is about 7.5 on Punk's comic, but the floor on the token that you received for burning it is at 3.5. I know there's other benefits to that. I don't know what the dynamics were with the mint pass for MetaHero, but is it basically now settled that owning the Punk's comic and not burning it was the way to go?
Dude, you need it's a master's thesis that you need to write in order to analyze, what the best strategy is here. There's no definitiveness in any action that you take within within Punk's comic. So
okay,
the goal is to buy a lot of them, and then you burn one, you keep some, you convert. Like, there's multiple things that you end up doing with them. So, but props on them for continuing to deliver value. I'll say it even as someone who was hating on the Jupiter token and has received some of his money back, basically via claiming the free Jupiters. They're committed. They're here for the long term, so it's not like they're just planning on taking the money and leaving. So they are a well-intentioned team and business, and we need more of that as a whole in the space. So props to them for delivering that value, and I think it'll be interesting to see what comes of this moving forward. Should we
real quick on the Jupiter front? Yeah, we're gonna move on quick on the Jupiter front, right, Nick? It's like for someone that's in your position that's not dependent on the half ETH that you spent on Jupiter or however much it was when it came out to put food on the table the next day. 0.65 ETH to put food on the table the next day, and now you've been given 2 of them. Don't you think it's probably worth it? Okay, you've been given 4 of them. Don't you think it's probably worth it just to see where it goes? Because I have to imagine that they'll work it in the future. Like they sold all these planets for a reason, and I'm just keeping it 100 here. Like, don't you think that probably they'll do something?
Well, you're saying that like I'm on the verge of
this stuff.
You're saying that like I'm on the verge of selling it or something.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just asking because obviously you've been very vocal when it comes to Jupiter.
I was frustrated by Jupiter. That's independent of the fact, and I said the entire time I still continue to hold these, and I am completely fine with that.
Well, get your damn story straight.
I got my
you
story
like it
straight.
Or you not like it? Okay.
I like them as a business. I hate the move that they did with Jupiter. That was it. That was all that I said because at a moment the floor was 1.5 ETH. We're nowhere near that.
Yeah,
okay?
That's rough. That's rough.
So
the thing is that the more layers you add to the not Ponzi-nomics, the harder it gets to sustain. You know what I mean? Like literally, you lost 0.7 ETH on the planet DAO, the moon, so they gave you 5 free Jupiters. Isn't that increasing the supply by even more?
Yes, it's called dilution. They said it wasn't dilution because the stated amount was already there. But I'm saying
the stated amount of like 250,000 planets was already there.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, cool. Then it's fine.
But I was like, you're not selling that many. Like, that's just not happening. And so, and
Do you have your
didn't.
soundboard with you?
I do. Why?
Could you hit breaking news for me? Breaking news: the 40 ETH offer sale of the Bored Ape was from an account that got hacked.
Yeah.
Real bummer.
Bummer for that guy. It's a pretty common thing that we actually see.
Yeah. So what you want to do is, if you have a $200,000 ape, you're going to want to put that on this thing called a ledger wallet, so that you don't wake up and literally feel like your life's over.
Thanks. Hey, thanks for that, Captain Kicks. Let's discuss the next project. Back to you, Pio.
Back to you. Hey, and you know what? I think we're seeing that if you don't use a ledger, you're not gonna make it. Okay. So the next project here is. So Lego Batman also asked, when is MFers going to 1 ETH? He's getting antsy. I'm going to go ahead and say Captain Kicks might be a little bit antsy right there with you, Lego Batman.
I'm so fucked.
Not really.
You're probably going to be fine.
I think you're in a good place. Although it did drop, actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's dropped from this morning.
Sometimes you have to make a blood sacrifice in the NFT space.
I don't know that I would not include this as a blood sacrifice. I, in general, think that you're good to go.
Buy like a blood sacrifice?
I'd consider even buying one here. Like this is
one. We're not doing this again. No, not playing this little game where you guys reel me in to buy more.
Hey, Lego Batman said volume still steady. Lego Batman is confirmed smart money, and he's saying volume still steady. But look, I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm saying if it gets cultural relevance. Right now, I'm just kidding.
Is there a website? Does it have cultural relevance? You type in the NFT project, yes or no? Like, no, not yet. Okay, cool. Hold up.
So one
is
quick
it
point on
culturally
MFers,
relevant?
Yeah.
One quick point on MFers is I was looking at it at 0.14 or 0.15, and I was like, shit, it's probably a good buy here. I've seen this with so many ones where like the bottom of the dip, I'm like, it might be a good buy, but I don't bring myself to buy it. It's in most of these projects that are actually potentially culturally relevant. It is a good buy to buy it at the bottom.
You are correct. When the floor gets dumped on right out the gate, sometimes it's a good idea to catch a falling knife. In general, the catching a falling knife strategy is known for literally slaughtering your money. And so that's why most people don't do that, Pio. And that's why you probably avoided it, because maybe you're smart money as well. I don't know.
Yeah, he just recommended other people buy it, but he's smart enough to buy it himself. That's cool. It's fine. Let's look at this stupid project you have on the screen.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure there's a scam listing. It has a top bid of a fraction of an ETH. We're 8 to 9 decimals in.
Can we look at the actual buy now floor?
I can't even find this on OpenSea.
Ape Kids Club, AKC. So Paper D, shout out to Paper D, sent this over to me. He was able to get it on the whitelist for it and minted. I think the mint price was like 0.07. It quickly shot up to like 0.15 and above, ahead of the public sale. And it looks like, it's settled down here at about 0.2. Paper D said that he's a fan of this artist. He knows him. And I guess he's done some solid work, in the kind of like industry, in the film industry. And so, it's the Ape Kids Club, man. It's apes, but for kids.
So that's definitely not what it is. Victoria, you should pull up his Twitter account, Victoria CG. I'll post it in the private chat so you can pull it up separately, Pio.
Is it Bored Ape Kids Club?
No,
Ape,
it's Ape Kids Club, AKC.
So
it's hard. You can't find it. So it's hard to find.
In terms of, you keep speaking over me. In terms of where this is, where this came from, Victoria is, and one other thing that I was going to say actually real quick is shout out to one of the greatest, Zulu, who said that I'm one of the greatest, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. I agree that you are as well. In terms of Ape Kids Club, though, Victoria, I'm almost done typing it in. He is a great artist, and he had started off this project with drawing these one of ones for Bored Ape members basically who paid, I think, like 1 ETH or something like that. And so, you know, he's done some phenomenal art. If you check out his portfolio, his link tree is on his Twitter account, and you can check out his personal website. He's like a professional animator. Like this guy.
Yes.
Do you want to load up his website actually?
Sure.
The yeah, I mean, like the placeholder image for the art's pretty cool. I like how like the ape sitting in a little leaf basket, just snoozing, just breathing. Good breathe flow.
He's just done a bunch of really high-end work with Sony Animation, with other big brands, basically. And yeah, he's just a talented artist. He's someone that would be hired by a studio to create work on an ongoing basis, or by the Nifty Alpha. We're interested in hiring people like this as well. And so if you're, I would say that in general, his art is great. If you check out, you can click through some of his stuff. If you click on Visual Development 2019, you can click into some of those different portfolio items that he has there. He just does great work. Great artist. Put this together. I don't know what the deal is with this project as a whole, though. Like in terms of, you know, what the team is behind it, how big he's developing this out, you know, whether or not this is just an opportunity for him to successfully make some money. This is life-changing. Cash. Yeah, he definitely did that. I'm pretty certain that he's based in, like, I don't remember where. I think
in a country where making
Indonesia.
$1 million is way different than an American making $1 million.
I think he's like in Indonesia, and he now has like a castle.
And you're right. I mean, his art looks incredible. I mean, he's
0.06 paper D said for the OG Apes.
He's done stuff for Chick-fil-A, WhatsApp, Boom Reach, Clash Royale, Hearthstone. I mean, those are some
Disney
big names.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a big deal. And here's the thing: ape derivatives go up. Ape go up.
Apes in general are a good thing. And as we said before, the best derivatives that have done well are ape derivatives. So if you're looking for a derivative to buy, this is potentially it. I don't know. You know, what I've seen from a lot of the artist-driven ones is building collectives and giving you access to other members of that collective has been the general approach to distribution. And one of the benefits, I think Woody's was an example of that. That one, Woody's NFT, they were part of a broader designer collective. I think maybe even the Deadfellas artists may be behind, maybe part of that. So that's one of the upsides that you get as to into these sorts of projects. I'm speculating, though, so I don't actually know definitively whether or not this is going to give you that access, but it does seem like sort of the play. To be fair, we're all in that same game, right? Like Nifty Alpha is going to be doing similar things. There's no doubt, like it's inevitable that we end up doing that simply because we're focused on building distribution and gaining audience. And so we believe that we're going to be able to facilitate great partnerships, and that's something that's going to be a major incentive for having access into our own NFT. But everyone's playing that game. We're all in that together, basically. And so yeah.
I like this project. Although message him, he does have a typo. It's Clash of Clans, not Clane. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's a knockoff. But it seems like he has a decent amount of work in the gaming space, in like gaming art and animation. Now, that doesn't mean that he necessarily knows how to play a game, or sorry, how to build a game, but it does. He has been in that industry. He probably has a general good idea. So it wouldn't be the craziest thing to think that, you know, he's going to build some sort of gameplay or world with these baby apes potentially, or just some sort of cool visual animations or something. Like it seems like he's had enough experience with, you know, pretty big studios and projects that he would at least have an understanding of where he could take the project. Once again, not saying he's gonna do that. My point being that, like, buying his stuff versus buying some random ass project. Yeah. This guy has a repertoire of working on successful things. You
Paper
should
D
probably-
just bringing the consistent information while we haven't done the research on this. They're doing educational content for kids is what they're focused on. So interesting. And maybe we could have gotten that from reading the description.
Well, I'll tell you what, and there's a lot of
They,
money in
they
the
said
kids'
roadmap on the
educational-
site.
Goes roadmap
So-
on the site. Hey,
Wow.
Paper D, how about you worry about your own stream, Paper
No,
D?
no.
We're
I like
doing the
that.
hard hitting research.
Why are you criticizing
Because
him?
I'm joking. I'm joking. I love.
That's kind of
Paper D's
it's
my
a
guy.
weird
It was a
joke.
joke. It's a weird joke?
A weird one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick.
It's-
All right.
it's
You're
kind
a
of a
weird
weird joke.
joke. Okay. Okay.
I was gonna say that there's a lot of money in the kid educational content. Coco Melon, which my child watches, the studio behind that, and they have a couple of other brands. They sold to Blackstone for over $1 billion. It may have been like $2 billion. So when you're talking about the potential revenue streams or royalties that you could get from kid educational content, it's up there. Parents pay for their kids. So
It says interactive learning
Who'd
channel
have thunk
in
it?
Discord. I don't know. It's not clear to me.
so I'm gonna be sitting around with like fourth graders,
yeah,
in
it's not clear.
Discord. They're like,
Paper
hey,
D,
what's,
though.
Creepy.
what's
Chat-
3 times 3? I'm like, I don't know, kid. Ask your parent. Like, I'm over here trying to figure out whether I need to buy or sell this NFT. You're over here asking me for multiplication tables. Like,
What I would say is, Paper D, you're welcome anytime, and we'd love for you to help us
I'm
with
better
this
friends with
information.
Paper D than you.
I'm better
Me and
friends
Paper
than
D are
both of you
buddies.
combined. So don't even try to start this, okay? Me and Paper D went to high school together. And you
Only
two
one
guys
of us
just-
can be best friends with Paper
Yeah,
D. I
it's
just want
not
to be
either
clear.
of you. That's for sure.
Okay.
Exactly. In fact,
What's
Yeah.
his favorite beer? What's his favorite beer?
He
What is
likes a nice lager.
IPA.
Wrong.
Nice try. And
IPA.
and it's a hazy
both knew
IPA.
that.
And it's a hazy IPA.
Hazy
Don't know
IPA.
Anything about him?
I'm not sure if that's an accurate assessment. Me and him go way back. So let's discuss.
You're just hangry. You're hangry.
Yeah. Would your burnt toast not make it up to your hotel room in time this morning?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you not get enough butter on that
Yeah.
toast, or what's going on? Are you a cream cheese guy and they gave you butter, and that's what pissed you off?
I cannot have cream cheese. I'm lactose intolerant. But let's move on to the next project because this is about NFTs and not my digestive tract.
You didn't eat your peanut butter and banana sandwich, Nick?
That sounds good.
I like your insults. You're like, did you not eat this tasty treat when it was sitting in front of you? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. See,
so let's move on to
You're showing your true
Wavelengths.
colors.
Okay. This is
your
What's the
true
artist on
colors.
Wavelengths name again? It's Caleb.
Who cares, right? Let's see. Wavelength
you
by
not-
Caleb Johnson.
Once again, PO hasn't done his research. It was like
No, I have. I just
you
forgot
know,
his name.
it was just like
2.22. What did these
Damn, it's
mint
gone
at?
up since this morning.
I thought it was at 2.5 when we were on this morning, or was it at 2?
Minted
Wow.
5 days ago.
Could have made 10%.
Minted at
It's really good.
125. So that's a 20xer.
By really good, it looks like Fidenzas.
It looks like a Fidenza.
It looks like Fidenza's, but it's good.
That
It's
one
like
for
identical
2.49 looks nice. I like that one.
Like, look at this is like legitimate art. It is for sure inspired by Fidenza. But if there's one thing that I've learned about art in the NFT space is on the nose inspiration does get rewarded. I'd say 50% of the art in the NFT space legitimately, like maybe not computer generated art, but like actual art by artists is either inspired by Picasso, by Jean-Michel Basquiat, for real. And thank
Okay.
you, Lego Batman, for appreciating my peanut butter and banana comment since Nick didn't.
peanut
and then
butter
D-
jelly time.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
DC wants you to pick up Pac's drop page. I don't know anything about that, but it did cause Lost Poets to spike yesterday. But let's get back to this real quick while we're on
Yeah.
subject, which is that one looks nice. The one next to it,
Yeah.
also very nice. Can you click on that one, the 2.49 one? That one?
It's
Why did
actually
that person?
on the nose
Why did they buy
Fidenza?
it 2.4 and sell it 2.49 though? Like,
Because they're making big money.
no, they're like afraid. Basically, there's not enough liquidity. They expected these to get snapped up. When you buy into art, you're holding that art. That's the
Yeah.
bottom line. So if you're buying into art, you cannot do a quick flip most of the time. This is like a copycat.
It's on the
Fidenza,
nose,
basically.
Fidenza, for sure.
I would like to think that I would have minted these if the opportunity came across my way, but honestly, I suck at art. I am like -5 ETH on art buys, just not ever since Nifty Gateway, not really my cup of tea. I mean, I think they look really cool. There's only 1.1K of them, so that's nice from a supply standpoint, you know, in terms of how it can keep the price. So it's sort of like an art block, sort of like a Fidenza in the supply count of these. But yeah, I'm not touching this, but I hope it goes to 100 ETH. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, like my opinion on this is that it's objectively sick art. Like it's super, super dope, especially
I put
this
this on my
one.
wall. Yeah,
It's
smoke
super
a
dope.
joint, stare at
But
this.
exactly, this is super sick. But then my question is,
Is
would
dope?
this no, my question is, would this exist if Fidenza didn't exist? Look, in the traditional art world, there's not a lot of reward for on the nose copying. You do see it occasionally. And look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to this guy Caleb because he's clearly
Sounds
incredibly
like you're
talented,
being
and
disrespectful.
I like all of this. All of them I like. I like how disrespectful is that? I like every single piece in the collection, Caleb, you know? But
Mad
I mean, look at this
disrespect,
one. This
but
one's
here comes the
fantastic.
but. Here comes the disrespect. Let out the
I
disrespect.
just have
to
a
you.
question about the correlation between this and Fidenza, because so that one's fine, that stands on its own. The one that I showed before 100% stands on its own, and the majority of them do. Was it necessary to keep the ones that are very Fidenza like this one in the collection? Could you just have nixed those? That's my thing, because it's so directly inspired by Fidenza. But again, who the hell am I?
Those are the ones that you want. You want the ones that look like a Fidenza. You don't want the squiggly wiggly worm ones. Like, I don't know about those. I don't want those. Looks like you're having some internet issues there, Pio.
Am I?
He does say the code is inspired by the brain's electrical activity. So the ones with not many lines on them, those must be like habitual drug users or something. Not much brain activity. This one,
this is your brain. This is your brain on
drugs.
Life.
This is your brain right here on Adderall. This thing's zooming.
There we go.
Look at all the pathways there.
Yeah, that would.
I want to see. I want to see what the most expensive ones look like, because I have a feeling they're going to be insanely dope. Let's just take a look at those real quick. I'm like really jazzed up about this collection. I wish I had known about this. Did this break in our Discord?
You should slow down the number of pages that you're loading, though, because it's causing your audio to be slightly choppy.
It was minted 5 days ago.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know about this project, but I'm pissed I didn't get it. Interesting thing going as well in terms of trending projects right now. POAP seeing a ton of action right now. 0.72 median price on the sales right now.
What's selling? What POAP? What POAPs are selling?
We're about to find out. But this is a Adidas Originals.
Yeah.
Someone messaged about that in our Discord.
Apparently, I did not get that as for
you didn't claim it even though you were there.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Wasn't someone saying we had to claim? Wasn't someone saying we had to claim this on the morning show? Was that what this was about?
I went in and listened to that space, and I guess I left it at the end of it, and I missed the freaking POAP. Are you kidding me?
And you didn't even message. You didn't message me about it.
That was 3.75. Are you kidding? Like this is ridiculous.
What do you mean 3.75?
That would pay for this trip to Miami, basically.
Why would you have gotten 3.75? The floor is 0.6.
It's 0.75 is what those are selling for. 3.75. I said 0.75.
Okay, work on you. Keep the mic close up to your mouth, buddy.
I'm about to eat this this mic. Okay, that's where we're headed right now. But for real, this is infuriating. What the?
If you had an ape, did you get one?
Let's just end this show. This is complete bullshit.
If you didn't even know about it, you wouldn't be mad.
It's been the Nifty Alpha.
Coach K says he heard 3.75 too.
I'm not the only crazy one. Is ridiculous.
Shout out to everybody that sold that POAP. You deserve it. People that didn't get the POAP did not deserve it. They don't deserve the POAP.
Pain, man. What the hell is this?
2 people now said that they heard you say 3.7.
I loved Adidas. I was a big fan at the beginning of this show. now I'm angry. I haven't tweeted about this, man. Shouting them out. This is ridiculous.
How
Hop in
would
the
you have
Discord.
gotten it?
Hop in the Discord.
How would you have gotten it? Explain it. If you had
I don't know.
an
I
would've
thought I
given a
would have gotten
code.
in the Twitter space. I left
They
the
definitely
tail
gave a
end of it.
code.
They gave the code.
didn't
I
stay
didn't get
until
it.
the
Now
end.
it's selling for 0.75, and probably there was some promise of merch coming for the 0.75.
Now Nick's gonna be cranky for 3 days because he didn't get his Adidas POAP. He
This
didn't
is
get his
really
POAP.
Complete bullshit.
Oh, honey, why are you so mad at
First
lunch?
place. Okay, first
Why are you
place
so
winner.
angry?
We're good. First place winner, Basie pinball machine for the new game.
Oh,
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
0.7.
What? Paper D, can you expand on what that even means? First place winner, Basie pinball machine.
I'm not
for the new game?
I'm not tipping for shit today because I didn't get my POAP.
Is that for the
Fuck these
mobile game
guys.
coming in? We're good. No, we got the details. Oh, DC did tip us and asked about the pack drop. Quick roundup with that real quick.
Did we even do the Monica yacht boat?
I didn't put it in the title. We can cover
Okay,
it a
cool.
different
No,
day.
we're good then. Yeah, we're good then.
So, oh, there we go. The Basie game, a winner gets a real pinball machine. That's gonna be a disaster. I can't fit that
Wow.
shit in my apartment.
Yeah, you could flip that real quick though. That's gonna be worth a lot more than that POAP you're bitching about. That's gonna be like a 25K pinball machine. That shit ain't cheap.
All right. So what's the story back 5 hours from now? So look, early.
It's
All
on
right.
Nifty
So
Gateway, apparently. Can you pull
oh,
that up?
sorry. Yeah, I got it pulled up. So check it out. So me and Sophisticated Art Speculator can take it from here because we're Nifty Gateway veterans.
Wow.
The last.
How about you see your way out there? Huh?
Well, we could probably just take Nick off screen. He can go cry about his POAP while we talk about this. So check it
Okay.
out. So I'm kidding, dude. Nick, you can't take a joke. So Pac is
get my
a
POAP.
Nifty Gateway legend. One of the last things on Nifty Gateway that really mooned, like properly mooned, is the Pac Cube drop from April, right? Where the Pac Cubes are trading at literally $40,000, and if you bought them on the first day, they were $500. The second day they were $1,000. The third day they were $1,500. So any day that you bought them, if you held, it was a massive win, and that's why people love Pac, because they don't understand what the drop structure is. They don't understand anything that's going on, but they know that if they buy the Pac drop, the number goes up. So if you look at this one, there's early access at 6 p.m. There's public access at 6:30 p.m. And then every half hour, I believe, or excuse me, every 2 hours, basically the price goes up. So it's very similar to the last open edition, where the longer you waited to buy, the more the price went up. So what you're going to see is when public access happens at 6:30 p.m. today, there's going to be a flood of sales. There's going to be a lot of sales. If you're going to buy this, buy it at 6:30 p.m. today. That's when you should buy it. You should not buy it tomorrow. It doesn't make any sense. It's going to go up in price. However, there is a chance that Pac does something and that drives more demand in the next 2 days, right? Because objectively, if you think about this, it wouldn't make sense to buy it tomorrow, the next day. The Crumb just asked, what's the difference between the early and the public? The early access is slightly cheaper than public, and the price just keeps going up every 2 hours. Okay.
So let's talk about the
So
actual
reverse
NFT,
duck
which is
auction.
basically, it's a cool concept. If you buy an NFT and you hold it in the same wallet, those tokens merge, and they're the sum value of those tokens. So let's say you have token 5 and token 50. When you move one in, it merges those into one, and you now have token 55. That's the value of your item. So one person could buy all of the tokens, and they own the sum total of all of them. And so it's a mass that is accumulating over time.
And why are they worth anything?
What's
Or is that a
accumulating?
stupid question to ask?
Well, hold on. I'm about to answer that. What's accumulating is Pac's wallet. So you can watch his money go up directly for every single one of these sales to take place as the mass of bullshit increases into one giant mass of stupidity.
So
And
I
that's
right
kind of what we
understanding his first massive legendary drop were cubes, and then this one is spheres.
Bam. Nailed
Yeah,
it. And this is
guy's
probably
a
going to make
fucking
him
genius.
he's going to make $50 to $80 million on this easily. And I love the way that math adds up. It's pretty simple. if you need to understand it, you scroll down there for 1 sec where you saw that M parentheses. In case you were wondering, I just want to verify that so you can see that what that means, Pio. So 100 plus 20 equals 120. In case you weren't familiar with that.
How does that make it
deflationary?
If you have 3 apples and you put them in a bag, that doesn't make just 1 apple exist, right? There's still 3 apples, even though the mass of the apples collectively are bigger. Or am I thinking too much?
You're thinking too much. It all merges into one slimy merged ball, basically. So using 1165, they're able to actually merging it in burns those other tokens. So
1165 or 55?
55. If you buy them and they go into the same wallet, it burns those. So if you bought 3 in that wallet,
it burns those, but then I get a bigger one.
You get a bigger one. And that's all that matters. Remember that. So when you look at the floor price, you're buying strictly based on the sum total. So that's going to make selling on OpenSea super easy, right? Because you're going to be going in there saying like, well, what if I want more mass? Like, what am I going to do? Like, what?
If after this whole merging happens, if I go buy a bunch more and put them in my wallet, do those then merge together?
Yes, they all merge. It's a continued thing. Yeah.
And then what is the value of the merge?
Well, it's basically
have a big sphere, a really fucking huge sphere.
You get a bigger and bigger sphere, yeah.
Well, and you like spheres with your buy-ins to Planet Dallas. I could see you definitely getting into this.
I do like circles and spheres. It is a favorite shape of mine. Very advanced shape, some would say. It required years before the wheel was discovered, and that was an innovation. To actually society when the wheel was invented. I'm not sure if you know about that, but in here we have a spherical wheel, which makes things spheres in general harder to operate as a wheel. Usually we're looking for circles, but yeah, the NFT is going to update into a bigger sphere.
So, just first take, just seems really stupid to me, and makes no sense. I did also think that same thing about poets and about cubes. So I've been wrong twice. Don't want to be wrong a third time.
Fool me once. Fool me twice.
This is probably his last act where he just rugs everyone, and this is the one I'm going to get in on.
So look, this right here, the burn approved right here is probably one of the most, if not the most important part of this, which is the merged collection is approved by the burn ecosystem. The unique ash yield structure will be released 3 weeks after the sale. The reason why pack cubes from April have the value that they have is because you burn cubes to make ash, and then pack makes you use ash in the ecosystem for other stuff. So he drives I don't know. They drive value to the tokens. Like this. You needed ash to mint poets. So I don't think you need ash for this because it's on Nifty Gateway. So you just buy it with a credit card. So look, the bottom line is
you didn't need ash to mint poets. So you could do it in a public sale.
So ash just has value because it does.
Yes, because pack drives value to the ash. And so that's basically the value prop of this. The bottom line is if you buy this today, when the public sale first hits, it's probably going to go up. Not financial advice, but it's probably going to go up.
Okay, so I'm going to buy 1 ETH worth, and I'm just going to leave it on Nifty Gateway so I completely forget about it, and then I'm going to check back in 3 months.
Wait, so this sale is on Nifty Gateway and not an ERC?
No, you can withdraw tokens from Nifty Gateway and to your MetaMask wallet so that they are viewable on OpenSea and it's not complicated or difficult, and Nifty Gateway pays the gas.
Yeah. It mints to their omnibus, essentially, and then when you withdraw it, it goes to your own wallet.
Mike says you need someone dumb on the podcast to be able to explain to us low IQ people.
Basically, you buy the sphere, you buy more of the spheres combine, spheres get bigger. The bigger sphere you have, the more ash you get. You use ash for the things that pack tells you need the ash for. The bigger the sphere, the more expensive the sphere. You do not want a small sphere. You want the sphere to get as big as humanly possible. There'll be someone with a sphere that's so big it can't even fit in one wallet. It's a 9-wallet sphere. They just divvy it up.
That's not possible.
I know what joke Nick was gonna make. He was gonna say, "Yeah, we got Pio. That's the low IQ person on the show."
Pio's inner voice has been destroyed by some of our jokes, and my apologies, guys.
It's okay, everyone. I've
turned out
signed this
to
up
be,
for
I
group
did not
podcast
realize
therapy.
that this was that like that. I didn't categorize this as abuse, but it feels like we may have headed down that path.
Okay,
and
so
I
here
just
we go.
wanna
This is
make
what we're
sure
gonna
that
do.
Pio understands that we still love him despite his low IQ.
We're gonna reset the room here, and I want Pio and Nick. I want you both to say something nice about each other. Just one thing. Okay, so Pio, go first. Say something nice about Nick. One thing.
Are we
that you like
wrapping this
about him.
up? Is this our outro?
Yeah, go first.
I think Nick is
Pio?
very physically handsome.
Beautiful. Nick, can you say something nice about Pio? One thing.
Pio, I'm really grateful that he shows up for some of these videos.
Great. See, good job, guys. That's some love right there, and that's a good foundation. Okay, basically, you guys are two pack spheres, and you're not wanting to fully merge, and we need to all merge together and be a NFT Alpha sphere of dominance. Okay.
This was the Nifty Alpha. Thanks for joining. Hop in the Discord if you haven't actually. Scratch that. Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Smash that subscribe. Pio, I want to thank you for giving me the insight into some of these Miami parties that I won't be going to. So really thank you.
Can you give me breaking news as we close out? I have one quick breaking news that just got texted to me. Breaking news. If you are in Miami right now, come to Wynwood, and if you see Nick, slap him on the butt. He likes that.
Woo!
Okay, that was not a break. That did not get texted to you. Great, thank you for that. Have a great day.
He's reading off of his paper that his publicist gave him. Keep going. Have a great day. Okay. Have a great day.
Have an excellent day. Let's wrap this up. It was fun. Thank you, everybody, for watching.